So you clicked on this video because you want to learn Facebook ads, and you see this video is 2 hours and 30 minutes. This video is my full introduction to learning a Facebook ads course. Yours absolutely free. My name is Ryan Maya. I have a almost 8-figure e-commerce brand. I've spent millions of dollars on Facebook. This video applies to e-commerce businesses, service-based businesses, anyone who wants to run ads on Facebook. You're gonna learn in this video. So I filmed this obviously afterwards. I've sold this course before. It's super, super valuable, and my goal is just to provide it to you for free so you can potentially make some money in your life. Guys, as a thank you, just like and subscribe below. But without further ado, get right into the course. Grab a pen and a paper, take some notes, sit down, rewatch some parts if you don't understand it. Just learn it, because I promise you, this information changed my life, and I know it's going to do the same for you. So enjoy the course. Again, like and subscribe for more stuff like this. Marketing. So marketing has a special place in my heart, because when I figured this aspect out and I learned this aspect and I solved the problem of marketing, that's when my e-commerce business finally took off. So you can build a beautiful website. You can have the best product in the world. You can have all of the profit margin in the world. But if you don't have marketing, if you don't have the ability to drive traffic to your website, get eyeballs to your website, get people to click on your ads, and get people to go see the product where they can actually check out, you will never sell anything. I want to tell you a quick story. My girlfriend, she actually wanted to try getting into the e-commerce space, right? Mind you, my girlfriend is a nutritionist and she's a personal trainer. Didn't have much business being in the e-commerce space, but she wanted to try it out. The store that she opened up was a print-on-demand store. So she was selling leggings and tops, right? Basically personal training, not personal training, training stuff, right? And she built this beautiful website. She spent money on getting a person on Fiverr to make her some designs. Got these nice camo leggings, these nice concrete designs. The website was laid out beautiful. I think we even had a paid theme that I gave her. The branding was awesome. The website was awesome. The products were awesome. We just missed, or she just missed, one key factor, which led to that business failing. She didn't have the ability to make successful ads, right? I was trying to help her make video ads herself and have her be in front of the camera. She just couldn't get over the fact of being in front of the camera, and she just didn't want to pursue it because she didn't want to put the effort into making really, really good Facebook ad campaigns. That is the whole secret sauce. And because she couldn't drive traffic to that store, to that beautiful store and those beautiful products and that beautiful product landing page, the ads sucked. I mean, it is what it is. The ads just sucked. The business failed. She ended up closing it down. She spent money on those designs and spent money on samples, and she just didn't want to pursue it any further because she didn't learn the marketing piece. And I was trying my best to teach her, but she was just being stubborn and didn't want to listen, and she wanted to pursue other things. E-commerce was not for her. She tried Amazon, she tried drop shipping, just didn't have success with it, and she didn't like it. It's not for everyone. So the point I'm making is marketing is by far the secret sauce. When I failed in those 10 drop shipping stores, and I was actually in college, I was playing summer baseball in a place called Boonville, New York, population 4,000. I was there for 2 whole months, and my games were at 6 o'clock at night. So I had all day to do nothing. And what I did is I really immersed myself in the art of marketing, and I dedicated my time to learning how to market. So I always jumped on webinars. There was free courses. I think I even took a paid course. Wherever I can find information on how to learn to run successful Facebook ads, that's what I did that summer. And that was the launch and start of my business. That's where everything turned around. I was able to actually generate profits from running Facebook ads. So I don't mean to be repetitive, but to hit it home, Facebook ads, Instagram ads, learning how to properly make a video, learning how to properly target the right customers, and getting them to click on those ads so they go to your website. That is the entire secret sauce. So this is just a quick introduction into the marketing phase of this video. So hope you're enjoying it. Let's hop right in. So in this section, I want to talk to you about all the types of marketing and marketing channels that are available in e-commerce. So besides Facebook and Instagram ads, there's actually a few other places you could advertise. For this type of business, I suggest in the beginning, you start with Facebook and Instagram ads and master that. But just to let you know, there are other channels to advertise on. So not only is there Facebook, not only is there Instagram, you could also do Google ads. So Google search ads, when you type in, I want to buy Nikes, right? Shoe ads pop up, or I want to buy a knife. Knife ads pop up. I want to buy a fishing line. Fishing line ads pop up. Those are Google search ads, and typically those are PPC ads, paid per click ads. So every time someone clicks on it, you get charged. Next, you have YouTube ads. Now, YouTube ads are typically more expensive, but they're typically higher quality. So when I've seen YouTube ads work is when you're selling a high ticket item like a course, or you're an agency, right? For high ticket items, typically for drop shipping, it doesn't work that great. And for e-commerce doesn't work that great unless you're selling a really expensive product, say like a refrigerator, like a $400 refrigerator. That's when YouTube ads work. But again, same scenario, someone searches and a YouTube ad comes up, your video ad would play there. You could advertise on Snapchat. I've tested with Snapchat. It didn't work that great. You could advertise on TikTok. Now, TikTok has a much younger demographic. There's not that many buyers on that platform. But if you have a viral product like a cool hover globe or like the old fidget spinners, right, those would have been great on TikTok. Fishing line and knives and stuff like that. And the products I sell typically don't do that well on TikTok. But if you have a viral product, I know skincare brands do amazing on TikTok, but it's just another avenue to test. And they all work very, very similar, right? Google, YouTube, TikTok, Snapchat, all the targeting is pretty much meant to be just like Facebook. Facebook is the best at it, so all the others try to copy them. You could also do something called influencer marketing, where essentially you send your product to a big influencer on Instagram, YouTube, someone with a lot of followers, to then go ahead and promote the product. So you can pay them, say, hey, I want 3 posts for $100, $200, $300. Please talk about this and give the customers a discount code. So for example, for my fishing company, I work with a bunch of influencers, but one off the top of my head has 600,000 subscribers on YouTube, and he doesn't really do ads for me. He just uses the product, leaves a code down below. He'll occasionally mention it to me. And I think since working with him over the past couple of months, he's generated like $10,000 in sales for us just from mentioning it here and there. So if you actually reach out to influencers and say, hey, are you doing any paid sponsorship opportunities? That's how you can reach a very specific audience, right? Someone in the fishing niche, someone who makes fishing videos on YouTube and has 1 million subscribers, all of their subscribers probably like fishing. So it's a very targeted and a very detailed way to get more eyes on your product without spending money on Facebook and Instagram ads. But typically, bigger influencers don't just take free product. They usually take free product and a payment. So just keep that in mind. Now, whenever you move your product to eBay, to Amazon, there's actually advertising within each platform. So again, PPC ads for Amazon and paid per click ads, PPC ads for eBay as well. Same with Walmart.com. Walmart.com, if you sell your products on Walmart, same concept, PPC ads. So when someone searches for a product, your product will pop up and say, hey, sponsored product. And if someone clicks on it, it'll charge you. Same with Amazon, eBay, and Walmart. So PPC ads, again, very, very popular. And lastly, these two are a little bit more advanced. There's SMS marketing and email marketing. Now, SMS marketing, you should have set up on your store regardless. What you could do is set up flows, like abandoned cart flows. So let's say someone comes to your website and they don't check out. They put in their information, they put in their email, they put in their phone number. You can actually send them a text message an hour later saying, hey, you forgot to check out. You can send them a text message 24 hours later saying, hey, your cart's still waiting for you. Come back, we'll give you a 10% code. Same with email, right? You can send them an email an hour later, 24 hours later, 36 hours later, a week later. So it's very, very powerful to use email and text messages to generate sales. Now, I'll go deeper into those two later on. But as your list grows, right, your text message list grows, your email list grows, those two assets become much, much more powerful. In the beginning, I completely ignored email marketing and was still successful. But now when I implemented email and text message marketing, it's generating 20, 30, 40% of my total revenue for the month for the business. So we're talking about going from no dollars to like $75, $80, $100,000 on occasion per month. So SMS and email marketing are huge, huge things that you should look into. And I definitely suggest that you use. And just to wrap it all up, I wanted to give you all the other platforms of marketing so you can start looking for ads But for this course and for this business, what you should concentrate on getting really, really good at is Facebook and Instagram. By far, the most effective way to reach a targeted audience with great ads is Facebook and Instagram, and it's what I spend most of my money on. So without further ado, let's hop into the Facebook ads, Instagram ads, get all your accounts set up, your ad account, your business manager, connecting your Facebook pixel, all that juicy jazz will be taken care of in the next section. So let's move on. So what exactly is a Facebook ad, right? Here we are on my Facebook, and I'm just gonna scroll through, and what do you know? Here is a Facebook ad. So this is where Facebook ads appear, right? They appear in your feed. You could actually see some of these little section, the sponsored section. Those are Facebook ads as well. So a Facebook ad is a paid piece of content that you're actually sticking in someone's feed. So this is how Facebook makes money. Advertisers pay for you and I and other people to see ads. This is Alex Hormozy with Gym Launch. He does very successful ads. So this is just a quick example of an ad, right? It's got a long copy, and there's many ways you can do this. You can do long copies, you could do short copies. But again, I just want to show you what is a Facebook ad. What does it look like? So what I want you to do is just scroll through your feed on Facebook or Instagram and start looking for ads, right? What will signify an ad is this little sponsored little segment under someone's name. So I currently run $7 million e-com stores, right? So this is another ad. What is he selling? Probably some sort of course or training for media buyers. A media buyer is someone who actually runs Facebook ads for a company. So what I want you to do is go on your Facebook and start looking for ads. Here's another ad. Just get familiar with what they look like so you can start painting this picture in your head, what makes a good ad. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and create your business manager account for Facebook so you can start running and setting up ads. So you're going to come over to business.facebook.com. You could put in /overview, or you could just type in this first part and you should come to this page. So what you're going to do is you're going to go ahead and create an account. You'll put the name of the business, Ryan's Knives. You'll put your name, and then you're going to type in your email and then click submit. They're then going to send you a confirmation email where you'll just follow the instructions in your email. You'll click, and then it's going to bring you to the next page. I can't do it because I have too many business managers, so I'll just show you the next step of what it's going to look like once you get that email. All right, guys, so once you go ahead and follow the instructions, it's going to bring you to this page, and this is basically your business settings, and this is obviously just one of my Facebook ad accounts. It's called the Pizza Addiction. Don't mind that, but this is what we're going to use for now. It's just a dummy account. So now what we're going to do is go ahead and we're going to set up your ad account. So you're going to come over to accounts on the left-hand side. You're going to go ahead and click add accounts, and obviously it's going to be blank just like this. And what you're going to do is click add. So you're going to go ahead and create a new ad account. The ad account name is going to be Ryan's Knives. Obviously, you're going to put the name of your business and then select the time zone you're in. And then you'll go ahead and click next. So it's going to ask you who will this ad account be used for, and it's going to be for your business manager that you created. So you're going to select my business. You're going to click create. And it's going to bring you to this section. You're going to want to put yourself, you're going to be logged into your account. So you're going to want to put yourself as a full control admin, and then you'll click assign. All right. So now you've successfully created your ad account. You can see your ad account ID right here. It's called Ryan's Knives. It's going to be owned by the business manager, which will be the same one as your business. And there you have it. You've now just created your first ad account. All right, guys, so just to recap where we're at, right? So we got our Shopify store set up, right? We got our logo, we got our homepage, we got our product page set up very nicely. We got our descriptions, we got our images, we got our reviews. We set up our Facebook page. We connected our Facebook pixel, and now we're gonna hop into the ads manager. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go over here to add tools. We're gonna click into ads manager. So once we're in ads manager, this is where you're actually gonna go and create ads, but it looks like we need to set up one more step. So it says you need to verify your business email to continue. So let's go ahead and verify our email. So you guys can take the time to put in all the business information if you'd like. It's just asking us for our email. So we're gonna go ahead and put in our email. And then you just gotta go into your email and verify the email that they sent. So I'll see you once we do that. So just go ahead and confirm now. Now says your email address has been verified. So now let's go ahead and hop back into Ads Manager. And voila, the green button is now able to create ads. So this is your workstation. You're gonna be here quite a lot. You're gonna be in Ads Manager. You're gonna be tinkering with this stuff. My goal is to get you as familiar with this as possible. So what is Ads Manager? Ads Manager is essentially where you're gonna spend 99% of your time in the business end of Facebook. So this is where you're gonna go ahead and create ads. You can see there's different types of metrics that will pop up. What I'll do for you guys, I'm gonna show you what an ad account looks like up and running. So this is actually inside my current business ad account. You can see there are lots and lots and lots of ads that we've created. So essentially, you'll be able to see your website purchases per campaign. You'll be able to see cost per result, amount spent, purchase conversion value, add to carts, return on ad spend or ROAS, how many purchases. And again, you can customize all this, and I'll go over this, but I just wanted to show you what an actual ad account looks like, right? Because this one is kind of bare bones. But that is a brief introduction into what Ads Manager is. Next, we'll hop into creating ads. Created your ad account. Let's go ahead and create your Facebook pixel. So you're gonna come over here to the left-hand side. You're gonna go ahead and click Pixels. You're gonna click Add Pixel, and you wanna name it the name of your business. So Ryan's Knives Pixel. You'll click Continue. So once you see this screen pop up, what you're gonna do is click Set Up the Pixel Now. And there's a few different options of what you could do. They've now simplified this process so you can add the code using partner integration, which is the easiest thing to do. So you'll click that. You will see Shopify right here. So once you get to this page, what it's asking you to do is go set up the Facebook channel on your Shopify store. So we're gonna hop back in to our Shopify store. We're gonna head over to the left-hand side. The Facebook channel should be there. If it's not there, what you could do is go to Apps. You go to Customize Your Store. You'll type in Facebook, and then you'll simply just download and install the Facebook channel, but we already have it in our store, so we don't need to do that. So what we'll do is we'll come over to Facebook. You're gonna go ahead and come all the way down to here to Facebook marketing. It's gonna say Start Setup. I already started. You're gonna have your Facebook account. So it's gonna ask you to log into your Facebook account. So go ahead and do that. Once you log into your account, it's gonna ask you for the business manager. The business manager we wanna select is the Pizza Addiction. That's the one we just set up. We're gonna go ahead and connect that. So once you've connected the business manager, it'll come down to domain verification. Click this. This is your temporary domain. We're gonna buy one later, but you can go ahead and confirm that. So the next thing after the domain verification step, you'll come down here. If it says you need to update your payment details, what you're gonna do is hop over to your business manager and go to your ad accounts and make sure you're on the selected ad account that you just created. You're gonna click this little arrow. You're gonna click View Payment Methods. And you can see there are no payment methods set up. So you're gonna add a payment method. You're gonna save this. And then go ahead and put in your payment method. Now I'm gonna put in my method and I'll meet you on the next screen. All right, so I've now successfully added in my payment method. We'll come back over to Shopify and let's just refresh this page. And now you can see the ad account is up and running. And now it's asking you if you want to connect a page. These are all pages I have access to, but this is a perfect opportunity to go ahead and create a new page for your Facebook account and for your Facebook business. So you're going to go ahead and create new, and you're going to go to Facebook, and now you're just going to name it the name of the business. So it's going to be Ryan's Knives. For category, our category is going to be kitchen and cooking. And you can put a brief description that you can. Sounds pretty good, right? So just come up with something short. Again, this stuff doesn't really matter too much, but obviously the page name does matter. So you'll go ahead and create the page. We can go ahead and add in a profile picture. So you'll go in and add your logo. That looks pretty legit. You can add the cover photo as well. Let's go ahead and use that knife picture. There we go. And then you can just drag it to reposition it where you want it. I think so there you go. You've now created your Facebook page. We'll come back to this and I'll show you how to get everything exactly where you want it. But this is all perfect for getting everything set up. So let's refresh the page one more time. And there you can see Ryan's Knives will connect the page. This target you want to focus on, it should be the United States. So go ahead, scroll and find the United States. There we go. And accept the terms and conditions and click Finish Setup. And you can make these products available later on. We'll show you that in a later section. But basically what you've done is now connected your Shopify account with your Facebook account through the Facebook pixel. So you can see when you come back to your business manager and you go over to pixels, this is actually the pixel that is active. Facebook and Shopify actually created a pixel for you, so it's all set up and linked. And now you're good to go. So in this section, I want to explain to you what the Facebook pixel is and what it's exactly used for and why it's actually so important. So let's hop into this screen share. So your Facebook pixel was actually created once we connected Shopify and Facebook in an earlier section. Your Facebook pixel then popped up, appeared, and is active on your website. It's installed on your website. So what exactly is it and what does it do? The Facebook pixel tracks customer activity on Facebook and your store. So what does that mean? Whenever you're searching around Facebook, right, if you click a link or you view someone's profile or you watch a certain amount of a video, Facebook is actually tracking everything you do. It's pretty crazy, but they are. By you using their platform, you've allowed them to track all this information that you're giving them. Now, you could turn that off, but 99% of the people don't turn that off. So again, they track link clicks, video views, add to carts, and purchases. So since your pixel is installed on your store, Facebook could actually track when you leave Facebook and go to someone's website and actually view a product, add it to the cart, purchase, right? Facebook has this all integrated into their system. What it does, it gathers customer data for you to use in your favor to build audiences, retarget customers, and it also helps your Facebook ads learn and optimize much quicker. So again, the pixel, think of the pixel like a big brain for your Facebook ad account and your Shopify store working together. It passes information through. Now, recently, since Apple has updated iOS 14, iOS 14 has blocked some of the features, but the pixel is still working, it's still active. So iOS 14 and Apple have basically told Facebook, you're no longer going to track people across apps. But Facebook is working its way around this stuff. Again, Facebook and Mark Zuckerberg, they're very, very smart, so they're going to find a solution. They already have. In my account, there hasn't been that much of an impact. There has been some, but again, the pixel is still working, it's still active, tracking video views, link clicks, all that kind of good stuff. The biggest thing to take away from the Facebook pixel is, hey, this is your friend. It's going to help you track customer data. And when I say build audience and retarget customers, you could actually, for example, right, if you post a video ad and it's a 15-second video ad and someone watches all 15 seconds of that ad, you could then go back into Facebook and target, hey, I want to target people who viewed 100% of my video. The Facebook pixel is going to allow you to do that. So let's say your video reached 1 million people and 100,000 of them watched 100% of that video. You could then go into Facebook using the Facebook pixel, set up an ad to retarget those customers who watched 100% of your video. So that is a great way the Facebook pixel comes into handy. There's also something called lookalike audiences, where you could take a certain amount of pixel data, right? A certain amount of people who've clicked on your link or purchased, and actually build an audience around that data. Facebook will take, let's say, 1,000 people who've clicked on your website and amplify it, match all this data, do some internal stuff, and make an audience of 1 million, 2 million, 10 million people for you now to show your ads to. Now, since iOS 14, lookalike audiences haven't been working so well. They still work, but it's a mixture of interest-based and lookalike audiences moving forward. So this section was just to give you a little bit of insight of what exactly the Facebook pixel is, how it works, and why it's actually working in your favor, and it's your best friend. So on to the next video. In this section, what we're going to do is actually build a Facebook ad together. This is going to be like an intro video. There's going to be a lot more parts that we're going to talk about, but here we're just going to go over the basic parts of a Facebook ad and what you need to look at. So you're looking at your ad account. What you're going to do is come over to this create button right here. Now, there's going to be a bunch of campaign objectives. You do not need to pay attention to brand awareness, reach, traffic, engagement. You do not need any of that stuff. You're going to focus on one thing and one thing only, and that's conversions. Conversions is the only type of advertising that you need to do. What a conversion ad is you're trying to get someone to convert on your website, right? Whether that's fill out a lead form, purchase something, add to cart, right? You want them to convert. Our ultimate goal here is for them to purchase and convert on the store, so we'll do conversion ads. There's a lot of things in here that are kind of there, not to trip you up, but there's just a lot of things you don't need to pay attention to that kind of overcomplicate things, so it's very, very simple. So hopping into the creation part, you have your campaign name, which I have named Campaign Test 1. Now, there's actually 3 parts to a Facebook ad. You have your campaign level, you have your ad set level, and then you have your ad level. Think of it like a building, right? So the campaign, right, campaign level, this is the actual building, the entire building itself. Now, when you go to an ad set, the ad set level, think of as a floor in the building. So you have floor 1, floor 2, floor 3. And then the ad level, number 3, is going to be like a room on the floor. So you have the building, you have the floor, and then you have all of the rooms that are on each floor. That's how you should think of a Facebook campaign. And I'll show you the different parts as we go through this. So you'll just name it, for this sake, we'll name it Test 1. Special ad categories, you do not need to click anything unless your products have to do with any of these. Typically, if you're drop shipping or selling a regular product, you're not going to need anything. So just ignore this. Buying type is an auction. You're going to leave this. Do not touch this. You do not need to mess with this at all. Campaign objective is conversions, like we just went over. That's what we're optimizing this campaign for, is to get purchases, right? Conversions. You do not need to click more options. Campaign spending limit, you do not need to touch. So again, all we've done is just named it, nothing else. A/B testing, skip this part, you don't need it. Don't ask me why, but we basically test on our own. Campaign budget optimization. So for now, we're going to leave this off. What this is you have 2 ways of setting your budget. So let's use the example of $20 for your Facebook campaign. If you toggle this on, right, all it's going to do is control the budget at the campaign level, right, the building level. Now, in Facebook ads, typically you'll have one building and you'll have multiple floors and obviously multiple rooms. So multiple ad sets, multiple ads. If you do campaign budget optimization, what it's going to do is just disregard the budget for each ad set level, each floor, and just set a whole budget and disperse it however Facebook thinks it's going to be in your best interest. So let's say, for example, right, this $20 campaign budget, and let's say we had 3 ad sets here, or 4 ad sets, just to make it simple. It would try and spend probably $5 per ad set and see which one works best on the first day. And let's say one ad set worked better. The next day, it might spend $10 on one specific ad set and $3 on the other ad set. So that's campaign budget optimization. For now, we're going to leave this off. The only time you want to turn this on is when you find one ad set that has performed the best out of all your tests. And that's when you're going to turn on campaign budget optimization. For now, we're just going to leave the budget at the ad set level. And for this first page, basically all we've had to do was just name the campaign. Everything else we've left alone. So now we're on the ad set level, right? So we just passed the building. We entered the building. Now we're on floor number 1, the ad set level. So let's go ahead and name the ad set, new ad set, test 1. So what this section is asking, conversion event location. We want our conversions to happen on the website. And how do we know, let's say someone clicks on our Facebook ad and someone actually purchases on our store, how do we know that this ad attributed to that sale? We have the Facebook pixel that we created earlier. So again, the Facebook pixel is installed on your Shopify store. That's what it's going to be used to track all your sales and conversions. So Facebook has a little it's called, I like to refer it as a brain, right? The pixel collects data, collects customer data, collects purchases, add to carts, information. The pixel does all that. So the conversion event that we want to choose is purchases. Purchases is what we always want to do. Now, here's a little error message, which you're probably going to see, is this event hasn't been prioritized for iOS 14.5. Ad sets using this event may not be delivered who opt out of tracking. So Apple recently made an update to their iOS system where it's harder for Facebook to track ads. Now, I've been running ads, again, in my business, and have we seen a decline in this? Yes, but it's not that drastic, so you don't need to worry about it right now. If it gets worse in the future, we will keep you updated. But for now, Facebook is still doing a pretty good job of delivering conversions, and they're working through ways of changing this. So you're going to put purchase for the conversion event. You're going to X out of this. And it's since we haven't gotten any purchases on the pixel, that's why these little error codes kind of come up. So dynamic creative, you do not have to touch right now. If you have a product catalog where you have multiple products of different colors, or if you want to advertise a collection, I've really never run any of these in my 4 or 5 years of advertising. I just find that they don't work that well. So you can just ignore it. Optimization and delivery. Cost control, you do not need to put anything here. Again, it says Facebook will aim to spend your entire budget and get the most purchases using the lowest cost bid strategy. If you want cost control, enter an amount. You do not need cost control. I've never used cost control. I just simply put in a daily budget, and I find that is the best way to do it because you don't want to have Facebook limit the amount you spent, right? If you say, hey, I want to spend $20 today, that's what we want to do. That is what you're going to set, so you don't want Facebook to limit that, and that's what I found to be the best. Now on to budget and schedule. So there's 2 ways you can do this, right? You could do a lifetime budget or you could do a daily budget. In my history, all I've ever done was daily budgets. A lifetime budget, let's say you want to spend $30,000 in a month, right? So you could tell Facebook, hey, my budget for the month is $30,000. You can pick a start date and an end date. And what they'll do is they'll basically go out and spend about $1,000 per day. But what I like to do and what has worked for me is setting it on a daily budget. That way you can monitor it daily. If you need to raise or lower your budget on a daily basis, you can. So for the sake of our ads and the ads that I want you to run and test, you're going to start at just $5 a day. And you might think, hey, Ryan, why so cheap? Why are we only starting with $5 a day? So with Facebook ads, again, we're going to be testing a lot of creatives, a lot of different audiences,
a lot of different ad copy, a lot of headlines. So we're going to be making multiple ads. $5 across 10 ads is $50 a day. And in a week, that's $350. So if you're not careful, you can end up spending a lot of money on Facebook if you're not setting it up correctly. Now, once these ads start to perform better, that's when you start to scale. I'll cover that in another section of how you actually scale from $5 a day to $10 a day, from $10 a day to $20, from $20 to $100 a day, to $100 to $500 a day, from $500 to $1,000 a day, from $1,000 to $10,000 a day. Obviously, if you're spending that much, you're going to have dollars coming in that makes it worth spending that much. You're not just spending $10,000 hoping you get some sales today. No, we do it very, very strategically and calculated. So for now, your budget is going to be set at $5 a day. The start date is going to be today. We do not want an end date. So uncheck the end date. Again, we can always control it on and off every day. If we want it on today, off tomorrow, we can do that. So you don't have to set an end date. So now that we're scrolling down, here is the audience section of the ad set. So what is your audience, right? Your audience is who you want to show your Facebook ads to. Now, Facebook has a lot of data, right? So they have the ability to choose locations, right? So if you want to edit the locations and add any other place in the world, like India, you could add India, right? If you want to show your ads to people in India, you could do that. For the most part, we want to stick with people in the United States, right? Those are the people who speak English. Our ads are going to be in English, so those are going to be the best converting ads. I have never advertised to anyone outside of the United States. All of my ads have always been run to United States. The next section is age, right? So here is where you can actually edit who your target age group is. So if you're selling something that teenagers would want to buy, right, you would target your audience from the age of 16 to 26 years old, right? That is a good age range. Now, there's different ways to find out who your demographic is. And again, we'll explain that in another video. I'm just building out the ad for you and making you understand the parts. I'll teach you how to build out audiences and find exactly who your customer is in another video. For right now, we're just going over each features. So for the knives, again, what I found to work best in the past is starting age ranges at about 25 and doing them to about 60 years old. So that's what I found to work best for me in the past. And we're building this campaign off the knives, remember. All genders, male and female. I think both male and female cooks, so we'll leave that on. But you do have the ability to do just women or just men or both. Detailed targeting expansion. What is that? So you see that it's on. So basically what this means, if you're checking this box, you're giving Facebook the ability to reach out to other audiences and people that they think would convert by seeing this ad. So this is something I've split test before, where I've turned this on and turned this off. And sometimes I really don't see much of a difference. But honestly, me personally, I just like to keep it off just for simple purposes. And now here is one of the most important parts out of this entire thing, the detailed targeting page. So here is where you can add demographics, interests, and behaviors, right? Demographics, interests, and behaviors. So you can click this button and browse. If you browse in demographics, you can see sections of education, financial, life events, parents, relationships. So let's say you click on parents, right? You can actually target people who are parents with adult children. You could target parents with preschoolers. So let's say you're selling baby toys, right? This is someone who you would want to target. And you can see the estimated audience with parents with preschoolers of 0 to 5 years old, who are between the ages of 25 and 60 on Facebook. On the right-hand side, you can see your audience size is 1.3 million people. And Facebook is telling you that your audience is fairly broad, which is a good thing. We want decently broad audiences. But for the knives situation, I don't think any of these will matter, except what if we go to work and we go to industries and we go to food and restaurants, right? There may be some chefs in the food and restaurant business that we might want to target. So you guys got to think Facebook has a lot of data. And every time someone clicks on something or they follow a page, right, Facebook puts them in a group where they have all that data so they can show them ads, right? That's the beautiful thing about Facebook. So that's the demographic portion. You could do financial. You can target people based on how much they make, right? The top 10% of the wealthiest zip codes, or the top 5% of household income. So let's say you're selling Rolexes, expensive watches. Those are the people you obviously want to target, not lower income people. And again, as you browse through these, there's a whole bunch of different types of life events, relationships, single or not, married or not, making money or not, college education or not. There's a whole bunch of ways to target people using demographics. Next is the interest-based section. And this is one of the most important things. For interest, the ads you want to show to people something that they're interested in. So for example, again, we're going to talk about building audiences in another section, but I'm going to give you a brief overview right now. So we're targeting people who want to buy knives, right? So who are people, or what are people's interests that want to buy knives? I would say people who love cooking, right? So we'll just type in cooking and we'll see what comes up. So it's going to tell you cooking right here. Your interest size is between 885 million people and 1 billion people. Now that's extremely broad. We don't want our audiences that broad. We want our audiences probably in the 5 million to 25 million range, but we'll add it and I'll show you. As you start adding things, the audience range goes down. So you can see our audience range just went way up. Now, what else do people want that like to cook with knives? See what happens when we type in chef knife. There's 3 million people that like chef knives. So I'm going to select that because we're advertising a knife. What else do we want to include in there? People who enjoy Gordon Ramsay, right? Gordon Ramsay is a chef. If you don't know who Gordon Ramsay is, probably heard of him. But if you don't, Gordon Ramsay is a famous chef. He's been on TV. He's been on social media. Big time chef. So people who like to cook, follow Gordon Ramsay. There you go. What is a big knife company? Let's see if Shun is here. Shun Cutlery. So Shun Cutlery is not big enough to be on here. People who like knives probably shop at Williams Sonoma. So Williams Sonoma is a high-end kind of home goods and cooking store, right? And I know they sell high-end luxury knives because I've bought knives from Williams Sonoma. So I think people who we want to target who would like knives shop at Williams Sonoma. That's another interest. Now you can see the audience is getting bigger and bigger. Now the cooking one I think is a little too broad. So what you could do is take this out and you can see the audience drops to a much more reasonable number. But now here's another little feature. You can actually narrow the audience and make this a little bit smaller. I still think this is a little bit broad for our first ad. We're going to go ahead and narrow it. So what we're going to do is the people in the audience who we're targeting either like chef's knives or Gordon Ramsay or Williams Sonoma. But now we're going to type in cooking here. And these people must like Williams Sonoma and cooking, or they must like Gordon Ramsay and cooking. So when you start adding ands in there, this audience gets much more narrow. And you can keep going until you narrow it down to a much smaller audience size. So let's say we want to make it even smaller. And which one is the biggest out of these three? Looks like Gordon Ramsay. So we'll go ahead and type in Gordon Ramsay down here. And you're going to see how much smaller this audience gets. So now this audience is just right around 1 million people. So this is a little too small, but I just want to show you the power if you're getting really, really broad audiences. The people you're targeting to see this chef knife is people who like chef knives or people who like Williams Sonoma and cooking and Gordon Ramsay. So it must match all three of these people. So you can bet whoever sees your ad is going to know about knives, cooking, and be someone who's really serious about cooking, let's just say, right? So that's how you can ensure that you're getting really, really high quality people in your audiences. Now, I think, again, this is a little too narrow. So I just want to come back up, and we could just start with these two. I think these are very, very good interest-based audiences that we're building. So I like it. We're right at around 11 million, which is a fairly good number to start with. For this language section here, you don't really need to mess with it, again, because we're targeting people in the United States only. So there's a 99% chance only English-speaking people will see the ad. And you could actually save this audience for the future and name it Williams, Sonoma, and cooking, right? You can save this. It'll save your age, the location, what interests, and you can actually use that for a future. That way you don't have to go through and type it in all the time. You'll just have a little button here that says saved audiences, which is really, really neat. So the next section here is the placements tab. Now, there is a time and the place to play around with this, right? So automatic placements, what that'll do is you're allowing Facebook to put it wherever they think it'll do best, right? In stories on Instagram and stories on Facebook, feeds on Facebook, feeds on Instagram, Facebook Marketplace, in Reels, right? So you're giving Facebook the ability to put it wherever they think it'll do best. Now, if you click manual placements, here you can actually control where the ads will go. So you can see how many places Facebook actually shows ads. Now, for certain types of ads, you only want them to go in certain places. So the type of ad we're going to use is just going to be a video. So you don't want it in Messenger, right? People don't watch videos when they're in Messenger. And you don't want, basically what the audience network is other places that Facebook is able to show them. What I've found to be best, and what I think you should start off with, is turning off Audience Network, turning off Messenger. Keep on Facebook and Instagram. And I like things that are just on the Facebook stories, Instagram stories, Facebook feeds, and Instagram feeds. So everything else we'll go ahead and uncheck. We don't want Instagram Explore. We don't want Instagram Shop. We don't want Facebook group feeds, stories, and reels. We want Instagram stories, Facebook stories, and Instagram reels. In-stream, we don't want in-stream ads. Those are like when you're watching a long video and an ad pops up. Usually those ads are pretty annoying. People just skip them, right? Search ads, we don't really want search ads right now. In article ads, this is people who are reading content from publishers. If you're going to stick a video, you don't really want that there, right? So you can see we've turned everything off except stories, reels, Instagram feed, and Facebook newsfeed, right? Those are the main places. So those are by far the ones I found that work the best. And you can test your ads, make one ad set that runs on automatic and run one that runs on manual. I've done both. And honestly, sometimes some ads work better on automatic placements. Sometimes some ads work better on manual placements, right? It's just up to you to test which will work better for you and your product and your business. So now we've just completed the ad set level, right? So we did the building with the campaign, right? The whole entire building. We walked into the first floor and built our first ad set. Now we're going to go into one of the rooms and build an ad. So we're going to name this ad new ad test 1. It's going to ask you what Facebook page do you want this to go to? Obviously, the Facebook page is the Ryan's Knives. Now, if you have an Instagram created for your business and your brand, you can go ahead and connect it. If you don't, you can just leave it and it'll come up on Instagram as Ryan's Knives, and they just won't be able to click on it. They won't be able to click on it on Instagram, and it won't go to an account. They'll just see the name. But I suggest you go ahead and make an Instagram account for your business, because it's just that extra proof of trust and legitimacy that you're a real business. All of my dropshipping stores and businesses all have their own Facebook page and Instagram account. But we're not, obviously for the tutorial purpose, we don't need to make one right now. So now the ad setup. You're going to go ahead and click create ad. We don't have any existing posts, so we have to make one from scratch. The dynamic format and creative, again, that's if you have a collection of lots of colors and variants and you want to just show them in picture form, that's what dynamic is. We're not going to do that. The dynamic ads kind of goes in the carousel format. So think of like a merry-go-round where you just swipe through images on Instagram, right? That's that format. What we're going to do is a single image or video. In this case, again, we really like video, so we're going to be adding video. What we're going to do is add the video. So here, when you click add media, it says add image or add video. We're going to go ahead and add a video, and we're going to go ahead and upload a video. So this video is right here that we want to use, and it's going to go ahead and upload. While it's uploading, here's where you can work on your ad copy. So what is ad copy? Ad copy is the text that is in your ad. So you have your headline and you have your primary text, which are the two most important parts. So for this Serbian knife, we can say the all new Serb by Ryan's Knives. Handcrafted and hand forged. The Serb will slice through anything on your cutting board. Click the link. Get yours today on sale. 50% off. So there's a couple strategies here that people have used. You can do very simple primary text. And what primary text, as you can see, is the text on top of your ad, right? So in ranking things, the headline is the most important text. The primary text is second. Now, for a good headline, you want to keep it nice and short and sweet. So a headline I came up with is this. This is better than anything in your kitchen, right? It gets the customer's attention. It's nice and short and sweet. And it's going to pop up right here as soon as we put our link, right? So description, I leave blank because you don't need to put it, and it's just subliminary text. Now, for your button and call to action, there's a bunch of buttons that you could do. Right? Apply now, book now, contact us, get offer, get quote, learn more, listen now, see menu, shop now, which is the one that we're going to choose, watch more, subscribe. So there's a battle between shop now and learn more and testing which one works better. I like the shop now button. So now when you scroll down to the destination, tell us where you want to send people when they click. It's going to ask you where you want to send it. So we need a link to our website. So we're going to hop over here, and we're sending people to the landing page that we created on our website, right? So you'll go ahead and copy this link up here. You're going to come back to your ad, and you're going to enter in the website URL. And you're going to see once it populates the website URL, the website comes up here, your button pops up here, and then your headline pops up here. So this is what it looks like, right? This is your ad preview on the Facebook feed. The all-new Serb by Ryan's Knives. Handcrafted and hand-forged, the Serb will slice through anything on your cutting board. Get yours today on sale, 50% off. So good, strong call-outs there. You come down to the headline, which when people are scrolling, that's pretty much what they're going to see. This is better than anything in your kitchen. People are going to be like, wait, what is that? And then when they eventually watch your ad, right, they're going to click the Shop Now button, and it's going to take them directly to this website, right? Your landing page, where eventually, when you build this out correctly, they're going to add it to cart, they're going to buy now, and boom, you just got your first sale, right? So that's how the whole advertising process works. The last thing that you need to do is go ahead and click Publish right here. So it's going to say that it's publishing the ad. Your ad is in draft. It's actually going to enter a review stage. So it's not going to go live right away. So disregard this. You can see, obviously, we made the ads. So the ad is processing, right? So it takes probably, I'd say, anywhere from 5 to 30 minutes for your ads to go live. So again, we have the building level of the campaign. We have the ad set level of the floors, floor 1, 2, 3. And then you have the ad level, which is the rooms on the floors. So what your account is going to look like, you're going to have a few different campaigns. You're going to have a bunch of different ad sets. And you're going to have a bunch of different ads. And I'll pull you into my ad account so you can see exactly what I'm talking about. Let me grab that link really quickly. So you can see my ad account on the campaign section. We have literally hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of ads. And this is, again, each one of these is a building. Now, when you come into the ad section, or the ad set section, excuse me, you can see we've got a bunch of different ad sets, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of ad sets. And you come in, this is the floor level, you come into the room level, you can see we've got hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of ads. So it's all about building those sections. And then you're basically just testing to see which one works the best and which one can scale. And that, my friends, was your brief introduction to running your first Facebook ad. And again, I'm going to dive into how to build audiences, how to find the best interests in future videos. So I will see you guys in the next section. All right, guys. So in this section, what we're going to go over is building interest-based audiences. So of course, you need to build a target audience to show your ads to on Facebook. Now, I've broken this into 4 categories in preferential order. And what I mean by that is you're basically going to come up with all of these subjects for your product. So again, using the knife example, right? We're using Ryan's Knives as the business. We're going to find websites that have to do with knives or cooking. We're going to find brands that deal with knives or cooking. We're going to find famous people or influencers that deal with knives and cooking. And then we'll find some magazines that deal with knives and cooking. So essentially, you can break this out on a very simple Excel spreadsheet. You can tell I'm not a guru or a wizard with Excel because this is very bad and poor, but it'll do the job. And this will work for any niche, right? So whether it's knives, whether it's the makeup business, whether it's fishing, whether it's outdoors and camping, whether it's furniture stores, whether it's a water bottle, whether it's cars, right? These 4 categories have something in each of those niches. So to start things off, let's find as many websites as we can that have to do with cooking and knives. And here, Google is going to be your best friend. So we can simply type in best cooking websites. And websites and brands kind of go synonymous together, right? So websites and brands, we might have some of the same ones in each category, but that's okay. And literally, look, you come right here. So foodnetwork.com. I love the Food Network. So all we're going to simply do is just copy and paste. Let's see if we can find anywhere from 5 to 10 for each. Food.com. Epicurious.com. Off the top of my head, I know Tasty BuzzFeed. So what is it? Tasty BuzzFeed. What's their website? Tasty.co. Copy and paste. So you can see this is all about cooking and cool recipes. SeriousEats.com is another one. So these are all food related websites. Now let's see if we can narrow it down and say best cooking knives website. So now here's where kind of all the brands come up. But I know Williams-Sonoma, even though they're a brand, they have a website. So let's put that in anyways. Let's get their link and go williamsonoma.com. We'll go back and we'll see what else comes up. Gear Patrol, never heard of it. Knife Center, Knife Guru. Food and Wine is a good one. So again, what I'm looking for, in my head, I'm thinking with, hey, will these businesses or websites be in Facebook's audience segment? Because they're not going to have every single business in the audience segment. So you gotta kind of pick with the bigger ones. So that's why I kind of skipped past some of these websites like Kitchen Knife Guru, never heard of that. Knife Center, never heard of that, but it could be there. So I think that's a good amount for websites. Now let's move on to brands, right? Best cooking knives, and we'll just type that in, and I guarantee you some brands will come up. So Shun is a good one. Even though we already did this before, but Shun didn't come up, I still want to put it there. I know Maizen is another cooking company. Williams Sonoma, off the top of my head, is a cooking company. What's another big one? Wusthof Knives. And these I just know off the top of my head because I'm a big chef. But again, you can find all of these just by Googling or coming right here. Schmidt Brothers, that's another big one. See, Wusthof is right there. And now instead of cooking knives, we could just go best cooking brands, or best kitchen brands, excuse me. So here, these are all perfect. Le Creuset. I know they're a huge company and they've got some awesome stuff. Cuisinart, very big company. So again, you can see the goal here is we're just finding brands that are in our niche that we want to be able to target some customers. So now moving on to famous people and influencers. Off the top of my head, who's that number one guy? Gordon Ramsay. Right? So we can go here and we can type in top chefs. And here we go. You got Gordon Ramsay. You got Wolfgang Puck is a huge one. So I know he's got a big following. Wolfgang Puck. I know Bobby Flay is a big one. Chef Bobby Flay. Emerald. Chef Emerald. Guy Fieri. Massimo Bottura. I know he's a good one. Now moving on to magazines, right? For magazines, we could put top food magazines. And here we go. Magazines is a really, you might not think magazines is a good place to start, but all these are typically associated with websites. So Bon Appetit, Food and Wine, Cooks Illustrated, Food Network magazine. Let's see if there's any other ones here. And again, you don't just have to use the top of Google. I'm just doing it to make it easy. You can click into some of these websites and see what some of these websites say, right? This is where you're actually going to go ahead and do your research. So Gastronomica, I've never heard of this, but we'll copy and paste it and get it in here. So I think you guys get the point. Now you can go beyond this, right? Websites, brands, famous people, magazines. You can go beyond this, and if you have any other ideas of categories you want to put them to, you definitely can. Our niche is the chef knife. We now have 4 different audiences to test. So now what you could do is you can come into your ads manager. You can click these little 3 lines, all tools, and scroll down to the audience section. And here you could actually create some audiences for your ads, right? And this way you don't have to go in and constantly make ads. You can either pre-save them here, right? You can pre-save the audiences here by going create custom audience, lookalike audience, or special audience, or a saved audience. A saved audience is the ones we're going to want to make for now. I'll explain the other ones later. So for this one, let's just do brands first. So we'll come back to Facebook. So we'll go ahead and name this brands audience 1. People living in the United States. We'll keep the the age range. Again, I like to do 25 and older because these are typically people who have their own money and can buy their own products. And I'll keep it broad at 65 years old, and I'll keep it to all men and women. And now the detailed targeting. So we'll go look at our brand section. and we'll just start seeing which ones pop up. So we'll start with Shun and Maizen. Here we go. Misen is right there. Let's just make sure it's the same one. And if you click this little suggestions button, it'll actually come up with things that are similar to the one you just typed in, but you don't want to start doing that just yet. Let's get Williams Sonoma in there. Williams Sonoma. And now let's see if there's even more suggestions. So see, not yet. We need to put in, I think, some more knife-related stuff. Suggesting some knives for us. Chef knife. And now we'll do some suggestions. So there's kitchenware, cutting board, kitchen utensils, cutlery. Let's put in cutlery and then click suggestions again and see what comes up. So I know Crate and Barrel is a great brand. Pottery Barn is a great brand. And as we search through this, we're just looking for brands that are related to our niche. KitchenAid, big brand. We're scrolling. Try Cuisinart. There we go. It's there as well. We've gotten a decent amount of brands in there. And you come up here and it says, look, our audience is about 50 million people, which is not bad at all. Pretty broad audience. We could narrow it just a little bit. But again, broad audiences are good to test with. And then what you could do is go ahead and create a saved audience. So now whenever you go to create your ads, there's a little section that says saved audiences, and you can have that saved already. You don't have to go ahead and put in all this information again. And what you're going to do is you're going to go ahead and click saved audience, and you're going to make one for each one of these categories. And where you can get really specific is you can even start separating interests and the ages. So you can do brands ages 20 to 30 and then brands ages 40 to 50 and test those separately and see if maybe the older demographic has a better ROI than the younger demographic. So that's what you're going to want to do is go ahead and build out all of these interests so you have as much data to test with as possible. So again, this was just a general overview of building interest-based audiences to run for your ads. See you guys in the next video. In this video section, I'm going to teach you guys how to properly set up your columns so when you're running ads, you know exactly what to look for. So this is Facebook's standard and automatic setting. And you can see they actually have a bunch of different column settings that you can go through, but you can actually customize them. And I'm going to go through exactly what you need to be successful. So what you're going to do is you're going to go ahead and click customize columns. And now you're just going to put in exactly what I'm going to do in this video. So first, you want to keep the campaign name. You want to keep delivery. You're going to take budget and move it third. You are then going to take results and move it fourth. You are then going to take cost per result and move it below results. You're now going to take amount spent, move it after cost per result. Now this one you actually got to search up. It's called purchase conversion value. And what you're going to do is you're going to put this check mark right here. Now it's going to come all the way down here. You're going to move it up right after amount spent. And what you're going to do is you're just going to uncheck these. That way it only has one. It doesn't add 3 to the column. Next, you're going to type in add to cart. You're going to go ahead and select total. You're going to bring it all the way up here, and you're going to leave both of these checked. Next, you're going to type in ROAS for ROAS, and you're going to click purchase ROAS. We're going to go ahead and drag this all the way up, and we're going to leave that checked. Next, we're going to type in purchases, and we're going to select total. Again, we're going to bring this up here. We're then going to type in CPM. We're going to select CPM, bring it up here, And then we're going to go to link clicks. We're going to bring it up here. Then we're going to type in CPC, cost per link click. We're going to bring that one just above link clicks. And then you can go ahead and X these out. I like to leave reach and impressions as well. So this is what you should look like. Again, delivery, budget, results, cost per result, amount spent, purchase conversion value, add to cart, purchase, ROAS, CPM, CPC, link clicks, ad set name. You can actually scratch ad set name, reach and impression. So that's what you should look like. Now I'm going to go over what each of these actually means. So now you can see everything has just changed. So delivery means if your ad is on or off. Budget, you can see how much your budget or daily budget is, and you can actually edit that right here. Next is results. So let's say we run this at $5 and we get 2 purchases. It'll say 2 right here. Same situation, cost per result. If we get 2 purchases on a $5 budget, it'll say $2.50. Amount spent will be $5. Purchase conversion value. This is going to show you how much money you actually generated. So if we sold 2 items at $10 each, it'll show a total of $20. Add to carts is how many times people add to cart. So if you got 3 or 4 add to carts off that $5, it'll show right here. Same thing with website add to carts. Next is purchase ROAS. So ROAS is a return on ad spend. So for example, if you spend $5 and you generate $10 in sales, you have a 2 ROAS. You doubled your money. So this is a very important metric, and this is how we're going to tell if our ads are profitable or not. Cost per 1,000 impressions is CPM. So let's say you spend $5 and it reaches 1,000 people. Your cost per CPM is going to be $5. Cost per link click. We're going to want to know how much we're spending per link click. Typically, we want to spend under $2.50. Anything above that, the ad sucks, and we're going to turn it off. Link clicks is just how many link clicks. Reach is how many people we actually reach. And impressions is how many impressions we receive on our ad. So how many times it appears on someone's news feed or story or reels or wherever the ad may show. So this is exactly what your columns need to look like and be set up for success. In this video, I want to go over the Facebook ads testing strategy that I've used and that's worked for a really long time. So basically, it's going to start off with one brand new campaign. In that new campaign, you're going to have 5 to 10 new ad sets at anywhere from $5 to $10 to $20 a day, depending on how much you want to use for your testing budget. But let's just say 5 to 10 at $10 a day. Each ad set is going to have anywhere from 1 to 3 creatives. You can use one or you can use multiple. Each ad set will contain one different audience, so you know which audiences work and which don't. And then lastly, audiences must be at least 2 million or more in size. So now the next slide, I'm going to put this all into English for you and then hop over into Ads Manager so you can actually see it in real life. So this is how the campaign should be structured. Remember, the campaign is the building, the ad set is the floor of the building, and then the ad itself is the rooms in the floor. So you're going to start with campaign number 1. In campaign number 1, you'll have ad set number 1. It's going to have one interest-based audience, and that brand is going to be Williams-Sonoma. Again, this is for if we're targeting for the chef knives, we're going to be selling knives, so these are the examples we're going to use. So campaign number 1, ad set number 1, the first interest, and it's going to be the brand with the ad video number 1. Ad set number 2 is going to have your next interest. This one's going to be the Gordon Ramsay interest, and we're going to use the same video. The next ad set is going to be your third interest. It's going to be another brand, Mise and Cooking, and it's going to be the same video. Again, here we're testing for audiences, not necessarily testing for video. Ad set number 4. We're going to use our fourth interest. It's going to be Food and Wine Magazine, and we're using the same video. Again, you have to go back and actually make each one of these ad sets within the campaign. And I'm going to show you in Ads Manager how to do that. And then lastly, ad set number 5, interest number 5, website, foodnetwork.com with the same video. So we have the same video in all 5 ad sets, but we have different interests that we're going to be testing out. Now you can keep going up to 10. If you want to test out more in one campaign, by all means, go ahead and do so. In campaign number 2, we're going to do the same thing at each ad set, keep the same interest for 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. But what's going to change here is we're going to change the video. So we're testing a couple things. Not only are we testing the audience, but we're also going to test our video ad. Let's say we had one ad of me talking about the knife, and then video ad number 2 is just video of the knife chopping, music, and subtitles, right? So essentially, you're going to be testing both videos and audiences, and you're going to see which one is going to pay off the best, right? Realistically, 80% of these probably won't work. 1 or 2 of them might work and get some sales. That's the whole thing about testing. So now I'm gonna bring over my Ads Manager and show you a real life example of what this looks like. All right, so we hopped over to the Ads Manager, and as you can see, we've got one campaign selected. So we're at the campaign level, and we're audience testing top of funnel. So we have one campaign. Now, as we hop into the ad set level, you can see we're testing 11 ad sets. So we're testing, for my fishing brand, fishing lures as an audience, recreational fishing as an audience, fishing rod as an audience, outdoor recreation, fishing, Dick's Sporting Goods, Toyota Tacoma, fishing hook, Ford F-Series, fishing net, and just a broad targeting. So all of these ad sets have their own audience. And within each audience, we're testing 2 ads. One is of me on the beach talking about the fishing line. The other one is another type of video, similar style. So we're testing not only audiences, but we're testing ads as well. So each ad set contains both ads, as you can see through the little image right here. Now you can see today, the budget is set at $20 a day, right? So we're testing a little bit more aggressively. And none of these got sales except this one, right? And you can see it got 2 purchases at a cost per purchase of $6.13. So we spent $12 to produce $179 and a 14.67 ROAS, which is absolutely incredible. But you have to take into consideration that none of these other ad sets got sales. So essentially, total, we spent $141 to generate $179. So we just about lost money or broke even. But what we got from all this data is that, hey, our fishing ad set, and let's see what ad got the sale. Our fishing ad set with the beach ad got 2 sales, and we only spent $6 or $12. I'm sorry, cost per result was 6. So we know this is likely going to be a winner. We'll let this run now probably for a few more days, and we'll see if any other ones get sales. If none other ones get sales, we'll simply come back and just turn them all off, except this one, and we'll probably stick this one into a higher budget campaign where we will spend more money. So it's as simple as trial and error, trial and error, trial and error, right? That's all Facebook advertising is testing different audiences, testing different creatives, videos, headlines. You just got to test a bunch until you find a winner just like this, and then you scale it up. So now what you're going to do is you're going to go ahead and create a campaign. And what I like to do, name this, right? Testing 1. You can come in And at the ad set level, what you can do is duplicate. And then you can click duplicate again. And then you can click duplicate once again. So now essentially you have your campaign, and now you have your ad set levels, and now you're going to go into each ad set and put in a audience, right? So we'll do one audience. Let's go back to the chef knife. We'll do Gordon Ramsay. Bang. And then you can name this Gordon Ramsay. And then we'll come to the second one. We'll name this one Williams Sonoma. We'll scroll all the way down and type in Williams Sonoma. And so on and so forth until you have all your audiences inside the ad sets. And then you'll go to the ad set level. And then you will then put in whatever ad you want, right? If you're testing one video, you can go ahead and create an ad. You can either use an existing post or you could create a brand new ad, right? So you'll go ahead and add your media, whether it's a video or an image. You'll build out the ad, and then you'll do that for each and every one. And then once you have all that created, that's your first testing campaign. You will then click publish, and it will go live, and your first testing campaign will be up. In the next section, what I'll do is I'll talk to you about how to analyze your testing strategy and when to scale up or turn off some of your ads. So I'll see you in the next section. So I want to talk to you guys about two very important metrics, which is your break-even point and your break-even ROAS, or return on ad spend. So what is your break-even point? Your break-even point is whatever you're going to sell your item for minus what it costs you. And then your break-even ROAS is what you're going to sell your item for divided by what the answer to this is. So let me put that into real world terminology and easy to understand. So let's say we have our knife, and we're going to sell our knife for $30 a piece. Our cost for that knife is $10. That means our break even is $20. So we can spend $20 on ads. As long as we get one person to buy this knife, we will then break even. So that's how simple it is to find your break even cost. Now, how we're going to find our break-even ROAS, which is the most important piece here, is we're going to take our sales price of $30 per knife. We're going to divide that by our break-even cost, which gives us a 1.5 break-even ROAS. So basically what that means, in simple plain terms, we need to generate $1.50 for every dollar we spend just to break even. Anything above that, we will make money. So if we spend $1 and we're bringing in $2 in sales, we're now running in profit. So typically you want to have a little bit more margin here. So if something costs us $10, typically we want to sell this for $40, $50, $60, $70. That way our break-even ROAS comes way down, and we can spend $1 and generate maybe $1.20 to break even, or $1.30. In my main business, my break-even ROAS is $1.39. So the more margin you have, the lower this number is. Now, this is very important because this is how we're going to be able to track if our ads are profitable or not. So keep this in mind. Screenshot this if you need to. Save it. This is a very important formula, and just study this until it becomes like knowing the back of your hand. How do you know when you should kill an ad, right? So when you're testing a bunch of different campaigns, ad sets, ads, videos, pictures, you got to know when to kill them. So if you do not receive any sales at your break-even point, kill that ad, start over. If you receive no sales after 3 days, kill that ad, start over, right? So if you're at $5 a day, your break-even point is $20, right? You can run that ad for 4 days. If you don't get a sale at your break-even point, which is $20, kill the ad. If you don't get a sale after 3 days, kill the ad. If you ever see your link cost per link click go above $2.50, go ahead and kill that ad. That's just way too expensive to drive someone to the store. And then if your CPM is above $50, you go ahead and kill that ad. That's why setting up your columns correctly is crucial so you can actually see this data. So what does this look like in real time? Right, back over to our ads manager. My break-even point on my products is $31. So you can see right now we're spending about $12 today, and none of these have gotten sales except this one. So by tomorrow, we're going to surpass our break-even point because we'll be at $40. If these do not get any sales, I'm just going to go ahead, click this button, and turn off the ad set. Right? We'll keep this one on, maybe move it into another campaign and attempt to scale it. But what I would do next, right, is go back in and start messing around and say, hey, was it the audience? Was it the age group? Was it the actual ads, the videos or pictures that I use? That's what you have to test. So there's going to be a bunch of testing going on within your account between different videos, different audiences, different age ranges. And then there's even the factor of, hey, is the website or the product even good enough? So I'm going to just pull this up real quick, right? So it may not even be the audiences that are bad. It could be your landing page is not optimized. It could be your price is too low or too high. It could be your description sucks. It could be your website takes too long to load. So that's what you got to figure out, what it is in your testing phase of products. Now, we're going to put the steps in place to make sure that you have the best chance and have everything set up on your landing page to be as good as possible. But this is just your ad testing portion. So that's when you should kill an ad. So you've been testing, and then you find yourself coming across a winning ad set or a few winning ad sets. So what to do when you find a profitable ad set? Now, there's a couple things you could do, but this is the route you should follow, right? You've been testing something for 3-4 days. You see that it's consistently giving you sales day after day after day. So what you're going to do is you're going to start to scale the budget while it still remains profitable. So you're going to slowly increase the budget over time. So let's say we're starting with a daily budget of $10. And by the way, you could increase the budget anywhere from $5 to $100 increments. On bigger accounts, you could do it even more. But in our case, starting off, we're going to do it anywhere from $5 to $100 increments. So rule of thumb, you do not want to scale too fast. If you have a daily budget, after 2 days, you're seeing that, hey, I'm getting a few sales every single day, 1 or 2 sales. It's time to scale. I want to throw a bunch of money at it. If you go from $10 to $250, that is a big, big no-no. That ad will not optimize correctly. It will not scale correctly. And there's a very good chance you're going to lose money. The correct way you should do it is go from $10 to $20. Now, on that next day, if you spend $20 and your break-even ROAS or your ROAS is 2, 3, 4, or anything above your break-even ROAS, you then scale again. You can go from $20 to $30. On that third day, if your break-even ROAS or your ROAS is above your break-even ROAS and you're still profitable and you're getting sales every single day, you can then continue to scale from 30 to 50, from 50 to 80, and 80 and so on. Now, if you're doing, let's say, $20 a day and you're getting 6 sales a day, right? So you're spending $20 and you're bringing in $200. In that case, I would say, hey, you can directly double that budget. So you can go from $20 to $40. You never want to increase more than double the budget. So even if you're at $80, the most you want to increase is from $80 to $160, even if you're wildly profitable. And again, this can vary. It's very rare that you'll have steady increases every single day. Some days you may be profitable. Some days you may break even and not be able to scale. Then the next day you'll be profitable. And then the next day you'll lose money. There are times where you could actually scale the ad back and go from $30 back to $20. The biggest thing here is you got to stay consistent and have your ads running until you find those profitable ad sets. Now, what you're going to do once you find a few of those winning ad sets and you're scaling them, what you can then do is create a campaign budget optimization campaign, CBO campaign, and throw in anywhere from 1 to 3 ad sets. So I know before we were doing ad set level budget. When you do campaign budget optimization, this is when you have your winners, your winning ad sets and winning videos. You're going to throw them into a CBO campaign, and I'm going to show you exactly what that looks like. So we are back in my ads manager for my business. Here we have one campaign that I selected, which was a CBO campaign. Now this CBO campaign, we started at $125 a day. As you can see, it generated 86 purchases at a cost per result of $21.58. Again, our break even is $31 in this scenario. Our ROAS is 1.4, our break even ROAS, and we're achieving 2.17. So obviously this ad is profitable. We spent $1,855 and it generated $4,031 in sales. So this is a profitable ad. We'll just take you through the structure of a CBO campaign. Again, the budget is going to be set at the campaign level, right? So at the building level. Now, when we go into the ad set level, the floor level, we have 2 ad sets, not a bunch, just 2 that we found that were winning before. And when we go into the rooms of the floor, right, the ads, we have a few different ads that we're running in each campaign. I believe it's about 7 ads per ad set, which is a little rich, is a little too much. I usually like anywhere from 2 to 4 ads per ad set. But you can see some were way more profitable than others. Like this one was very profitable, a lot more profitable than this one, right? So you just got to go through and see which ones are better. So like this one, I would turn off. I wouldn't want to run that one. This one I would turn off, too high. But the rest of these are doing good. Look, $80 spent, $333, 4.6 ROAS, super, super strong. $129, $400 brought in, 3 ROAS, super, super strong. So again, when you scale and you find those winning ad sets, you're going to come in and create a CBO campaign, throw 1 to 3 assets in here, and then have your ads in there. Now, how do you create a CBO campaign, you might ask? Well, I'm going to show you. You go to your handy dandy green create button. You're going to do conversions, and you're going to click continue. Now, what you're going to do is at the campaign level, you're going to go ahead and click campaign budget optimization. And here is where you can set your budget. You can do it at 50. You can do it at 100. When you really get big, you can do it at 500. When you really, really, really get big, you can do $5,000 a day. And then what you're going to do once you set your budget, so let's say we're setting our budget for $100, right? Everything else stays the same here. We'll go in, and depending if we want to do 1 or 2 or 3 ad sets, we'll just put in our audiences that we found to work. So let's just say, for example, our Gordon Ramsay audience was our winner. It was consistently bringing in profitable sales, and this is the ad set we want to scale. So now we will go in. We will obviously create our ad, right? Put in the video or picture or whatever ad was working. You will then put it in here. And there's a unique way to do this, right? So what you're going to do is you're going to come over to the create an ads section, the ad setup section, and you're going to click use existing post. Now what you're going to do is click select post. You're going to go ahead and filter it. So you filter out of your social media and you'll just go to add posts. And now all of your ads are in here. And this is a beautiful thing because when you select the same post, you can see the likes, comments, and shares actually stay on the video. So that gives you a lot of social proof. So now I want to go find this big winner. I'm going to show you guys what social proof does and how important it is. So once you scroll and you actually find that post that you're looking for, you could actually choose the one that has all of the likes, comments, and shares. So how much better is this ad going to look with 22,000 likes, 3,000 comments, and 5,000 shares? So you'll just go ahead and continue with that one. So not only do you have all this social proof in your new ad set, but you have your CBO, you have your winning ad set, and you have your winning ad. So that is exactly what to do when you find a profitable ad set. You switch it over to CBO, and then you go ahead and you scale that thing to the moon. In this section, I want to talk about a simple trick to scaling your ads. Now, I know there's a bunch of metrics that you can look at: when to kill an ad, when you should increase budget, when you should decrease budget. But just to keep things very, very simple, because again, simple scales, fancy fails. All you really need to know is look at your ROAS, right? Return on ad spend. If your break-even ROAS is, let's just say 1.5, and your ads are consistently generating a 2.0 ROAS, you're in the position to scale. Now, your margins might not be huge and your return on ad spend is not huge, but you're profitable. If you can scale that all the way to $5,000, $10,000, $100,000 a day, for example, I know that's kind of outrageous, but think about it. If you're making 10% on $10,000 per day, that's $1,000 a day in profits. So as you scale, right? As you scale, just pay attention to your ROAS, and you might not necessarily have to look at it on a daily basis. Like, hey, I'm going to play with this thing up and down, because advertising really should be looked at on a much larger scale, on a broader basis. Right now, we look at our ads on a weekly basis. So if we spend, let's just say $1,000 and it brings in more than $1,400, that ad is profitable. So if we spend $1,000 on a weekly basis and it brings in $2,000, we made profit, even though, let's say, Monday it ran at a 1 ROAS. Tuesday it ran at a 1.4 ROAS. Wednesday it ran at a 2.5 ROAS. Thursday it ran at a 3.5 ROAS. And Friday it ran at a 1 ROAS. Looking at on a weekly scale, we were still profitable because we averaged at least somewhere above our break-even ROAS. So very simple scales, fancy fails. Know your ROAS, calculate your break-even ROAS. And as you continue to spend money on Facebook, as long as you're above your break-even ROAS and you're seeing anywhere above a 2 ROAS, right? I really like the number of a 2 ROAS or more. Your ads are performing great. You can throw more budget on there and you continue scaling and making more money. So just a quick little pro tip. In this section, I want to talk to you about what a lookalike audience is. So Facebook has the ability to create a lookalike audience based on data it receives or data you give it. Now, there's 2 ways to do this. You can do this through pixel data, or you can do this through uploading a list like emails. Back in the day, like 4 or 5 years ago, when you had at least 1,000 emails, you can then provide Facebook that list. They swirl it around, put in their little cotton candy machine, and boom, comes out an audience of 2 million people, 5 million people, 10 million people who are just like the emails you uploaded, right? People who like fishing or like the niche that you're in, and they will create an audience based on that. Now, you can also do that based on pixel data like purchases, add to carts, view content, right? As you start driving traffic to your store, the pixel will gather that data. Now, here's the holdup. With iOS 14, like this is the most recent update. With iOS 14, we've really seen a pause in lookalike audiences. So I'm not going to dive too deep into creating them and how they work. I'll show you briefly what they are. But what's working today, right now in today's environment, we're just using mostly interest-based audience, like 99%. We'll throw in a lookalike here or there, but the lookalike audiences are really not working due to iOS 14 and that update and Apple blocking a lot of the pixel data. So we can hop into the screen share and I'm going to show you what the lookalikes are, how to make them, where you can view them, and all that kind of good jazz. So we're in the audience section of my ad account, and you can see there's a lot of lookalike audiences that have been made. Now, what's going on here, you can see we're testing out tons of different lookalike audiences, but mostly for retargeting purpose,
not the old Pixa data like we used to. So let me show you exactly what I mean. When you go here, you click create a lookalike audience. You can select your source, right? We're going to select my pixel. And now Facebook will tell you how much pixel data they've received. So they've received 1,700 purchases in the last 60 days. So that's still a good amount of data that the pixel got, but it's not all the right data that the pixel should be collecting. And what you could do, you could actually toggle other event value, and you can search view content, add to cart, initiate checkout. So if we click on add to cart, you can see there's been 3,800 add to carts, and you can build audiences based on this information. Now, if we just go back to purchases, right, you can now scale it and say, hey, I want an audience that is 4%. You want an audience that is 6%, 10%. And basically what you could do is actually create 10 different audiences, one for 1%, one for 2%, one for 3%, one for 4%, one for 5%, and test the difference between all of these. But like I said, what's working right now is those lookalike audiences really aren't performing the best just because of iOS 14 and all of those issues. So my suggestion for your new ads, just stick with interest-based audiences because those will work the best in today's market. But you could use lookalike audiences for retargeting. And what I'll do is I'll explain retargeting in the very next section. So I will see you guys there. In this section, what I want to go over is the top of funnel, the middle of the funnel, the bottom of the funnel, and then after the funnel. You might be thinking, what the heck is a funnel, or what am I even talking about? So what I'm talking about is the marketing and sales funnel, right? Think of a funnel, the shape of a funnel. Starts off big, gets smaller, 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 and then it finally goes through. So that's exactly what a marketing funnel is. You have a big top of funnel where a lot of people are. As you go down, it gets smaller. You have the middle of funnel, which is a smaller group. And then you have the bottom of the funnel, which is the smallest group. So let's hop into the slideshow and I'll explain it here a little bit better. So first you have the top of the funnel, right? Awareness, top of the funnel. And what's going to be included in the top of the funnel is people who are cold audiences, so interest-based audiences, people who have never heard of your product or your company. So that is just going to be the most broad ad possible. You want to really let people know about your company, or in this case, you want to let people know about your product. Now, when you step on over to the middle of the funnel, these are people who are warm. They've engaged with a post. They've viewed your page. They've likely commented or liked your post. So this is where retargeting comes into play and building those retargeting audiences, because now these people know who you are and you want to show them a different kind of ad. Next, you have the bottom of the funnel, and this is people who visited specific landing pages, either viewed 75% more of your video, they've added to cart, and they haven't purchased, right? So people who've gone pretty deep into the product, they added their product information, they added their email, they added their phone number, they've watched all your videos, right? These are people who are actively engaged with your product, but they just aren't quite there. They have not purchased for some reason. So in this bottom of the funnel, you have to show them different kinds of ads, maybe ads that answer specific questions like, hey, where's it made? Where does it ship from? What is the shipping time? Or show them customer review videos or UGC, user-generated content. And sometimes people just need a little push to get over the hump to then go into after the funnel. Basically, the bottom of the funnel is right here, and that's where they exit. They purchase, right? They purchase, they exit the funnel. Now you're in after the funnel mode. So what after the funnel mode is you're going to have repeat customers through email marketing, and you're going to have sales and text messages and a whole bunch of other things that you're going to send people to start coming back to your store. So now you're just nurturing your current customer base. And like my store returns 20% of its customers, that's where you want to get. You want to get returning customers so you could essentially take that big expense of Facebook marketing, take it out of the way, and just go directly to your customer. That is the whole entire goal of a funnel, is starting off with someone who doesn't know you, driving them all the way down to a purchase, and then eventually having their data, having their contact information, and them becoming a repeat buyer when you're excluding Facebook, excluding that big chunk of marketing costs. Because if you offer someone a 10% discount on a $30 product, you're giving them $3 off. Now, to get that client, you may have spent $10, $15, $20 on Facebook to acquire that customer. So that's where the power of building a really good funnel comes
into fruition. I'll give you this really cool example of someone who I used to work with. He actually worked for Grant Cardone, and I don't know why he was there. The dude was literally a millionaire and an e-commerce genius. The product he was selling was ginger oil. So ginger oil helped, I think he said it helped with like your joint pain and some other stuff. But basically what he would do was sell the product for $25. His cost to make it was like literally like $1, like 90 cents. So he has infinite margin, right? His cost of acquisition per customer on Facebook was $21, or it was like $21 to $24. So he was essentially breaking even on the front end, but then what he would do was loop them into a subscription business through email marketing and SMS text messages and say, hey, if you get on a subscription and pay $10 a month, you'll get it basically 50% off. So what did he do? He essentially took Facebook, that big chunk of cost, that $21, $22 cost per acquisition, threw it away, and now is making 10 times on his money, because remember, it only cost him $1. He's selling it to the customer for 10, and he built a huge business by taking Facebook out of the way, building a successful funnel. And I think he said he was doing like $150,000 per day using that sequence. So this was just a quick explanation on what the funnel is, how to use retargeting ads, and what you should be thinking with. So just to continue on with this funnel talk, right, I want to show you some of the ads we have set up. So you can see we have some top of funnel stuff set up and we have some bottom of the funnel set up. We do occasionally do some middle of the funnel stuff, but most importantly, what I like to think of it is, hey, you're going to show your ads and they're going to go to random people. That's top of funnel. And then people who you retarget are typically your bottom of funnel. The middle funnel is kind of this gray area. You can add it in there, but the way I like to look at it is people who don't know you, people who know you. Show people who don't know you specific ads. Show people who do know you different type of ads. And it can go vice versa, right? And you're not going to know unless you test either way. But as you can see right here, right, we have a couple different kinds. So I'll show you what the top of funnel campaign looks like. Right, top of funnel is much more broad. And here you can see we're just testing out a bunch of new audiences with a bunch of creatives, right? Different kinds of ads, going back and forth from ads that work, some new ads. And now let's hop back into the campaign level, and then I'll show you what some of the bottom of funnel stuff looks like. So bottom of funnel typically is a lot more simple than top of funnel, right? So here you can see we've got, in the campaign, we've only got one ad set with a small budget. And the audience includes people who've added to cart on our pixel in the last 90 days, people who haven't purchased all time, and people who viewed the product but didn't purchase. So you can see clearly two different types of targeting. The cold audience, top of funnel, is people who don't know us, new audiences. The bottom of the funnel is people who do know us, have engaged with us, they're on our list, they just haven't purchased yet. Let's look at the ads that we're running. So the type of ads we're running is we're testing out some new copy, right, that we're testing in the top of funnel, but then we have some user-generated content from a few guys, right, just showing testimonial videos, people actually using the line, saying how much they love it. You don't have to look at top of funnel and bottom of funnel so black and white. It's just another way to increase your marketing ability. For the first couple years, I think I only did regular ads. I never did any sort of retargeting. But again, these are trial and errors that I had to learn, but I'm just giving you the secret sauce of what works now. So definitely implement retargeting into your ads once they catch steam, and once you're starting to scale some stuff and you're spending more money, throw some retargeting and bottom of funnel ads in there. You'll see some really good results. So this section is all about retargeting. And you may be asking, Ryan, what the heck is retargeting? So I want you to think for a second. Have you ever been scrolling on Instagram, or you engaged with someone's profile, right? You clicked a link in their bio, you clicked on a product, or you visited some sort of page, and then you go an hour later and boom, the first ad you see is them showing you an ad again, that same person. So for example, right, if you go to beyondbraid.com and you click around and look at some products, or you visit our Beyond Braid Instagram or Facebook page, I guarantee you over the next few hours, you're going to start seeing some Beyond Braids ads. And you might be thinking, just like everyone else, although I may think this might be true, and I'm just kidding, but I always used to think Facebook was listening to me, right? They had a microphone and they're listening, which I don't know, maybe it's not true, whatever. But you know what I mean. But
essentially what retargeting does and what it allows you to do as an advertiser is when someone watches a certain percentage of your video, someone engages with your ad, if someone clicks on a link, you can then create an audience and group those people in an audience and show those people more ads. There's a statistic. It takes anywhere from 5 to 12 touches, right? When I say a touch or an impression, someone seeing your ad or seeing your website or seeing your product, it takes 5 to 12 times on average for them to purchase. So this is why retargeting is so crucial, and why showing multiple ads to people to build trust with them will eventually lead to your success. So I'll show you how to actually build these retargeting ads. And there's also a stat that retargeting ads are typically the most profitable dollar for dollar ads that you can make. So where a normal ad, if you're seeing 2 to 2.5x ROAS, with retargeting ads on our end, we've seen 3, 4, 5x ROAS with a much lower budget, because again, this is a much warmer audience. It's not a cold traffic audience. So when you show an ad to a brand new interest-based audience, like a broad audience, let's say you're selling makeup tools and you're showing it to a L'Oreal audience, that's a cold traffic audience. These are people who are seeing your ad for the first time. So that's considered top of funnel. Right, middle of funnel is people who may have seen your ad before, they've engaged, they clicked on your product, and bottom funnel is people who are red hot, who should be ready to purchase, who've seen your stuff a lot. I'll go over top, middle, and bottom funnel in the next video, but this is where retargeting starts to come in, and this is where the whole loop starts to circle. So let's hop on the screen share and I'll show you exactly what I'm talking about. So here we are in my Beyond Braid ad account, and you can see we've got multiple audiences built out. And what we're doing, like here, for example, take this first one, AWV 90 days. What this stands for is all website visitors in the last 90 days. And you can see we've created the audience, and there's 30 to 32,000 people who we can now show ads to. So those are hot people, right? People who visit our website, those are warm to hot people because they've gone to our website, they've seen our product. So if we can show them more ads and get them to overcome objections that they might be having from not have purchased, this is where this retargeting is going to come into effect. If you keep scrolling through this Beyond Braid Via opt-in, Via is the text messaging SMS platform that I use. And you can see we have 2,300 people. So people who've opted into our text messages, I can then upload this list to Facebook like I have and show them some different ads, whether they're retargeting ads, new product ads. This is how you create another layer of depth in your marketing to show people who may or may not have purchased before and show existing and new products as well. So let's continue to look through it. Here's another retargeting audience that we've created. So IGPPE, basically you can see everyone who engaged with your professional account. So in the last 180 days, we've seen 200 to 213,000 people engage with our Instagram account. So even if they were scrolling through Instagram Reels or they were scrolling through stories and our video just happened to pop up and they clicked on our profile or liked our post or commented on our post, we can now take that data, upload it to Facebook, and show them some more ads, right? So this is retargeting. They are no longer a cold customer because they came across our Instagram page, so they know exactly who we are. So now we can make a specific type of ad saying, hey, I saw you checking out our Instagram page. Why don't you come back and look at our super cool product? Something along those lines.
Wait. Before you skip this ad, you went to beyondbraid.com, you added an item to your cart, and you didn't check out. Guys, click the link below.
Next, we have a general retargeting for the last 30 days. So what this is, it includes people who have visited our website, beyondbraid.com, over the last 30 days. And you can see that audience is anywhere from 17 to 18,000 people. Now, that's just general people who visited the website, again, who've maybe gone through our products, clicked on a product link, saw an ad, and we're putting them and categorizing them in a specific audience so we can show them a certain type of ad. So here are actually 3 more types of audiences, and these are all synced from our email marketing platform called Klaviyo. So this is people who viewed a product but didn't purchase. There's 3,200 people who opened up our email, clicked on the product in the email, but didn't purchase, right? So we group them into an audience, and there are 3,000 people. So we could either resend them an email or serve them up some different kinds of ads. Now here's Klaviyo non-purchasers all time. So this is people who have not purchased ever from us on our email list, and that's 28 to 30,000 people. You might say, wow, Ryan, that's a lot of people who haven't purchased, but I look at that as an opportunity because we can keep sending them emails, we can keep sending them text messages, we can keep showing them ads until they do purchase. That's the beauty about using retargeting, is these people already know who we are. We just got to show them the right type of ad or the right type of video or the right type of objection handler to get them to purchase. So now you know exactly what retargeting is. Let me show you exactly how to build one. So what you're going to do is you're going to come all the way up here to create audience. Now what you can do is create a custom audience. Now Facebook will give you the opportunity to choose a custom audience source. Now if you click website, right, that's going to deal with the pixel data. If you have a customer list, right, you've built a customer list of, let's say 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 emails, you can then upload that email list directly here and target those people specifically. Now, right now, the ones that are working the best are the Facebook sources, right? So video views, people who have viewed your shop, people who have viewed your Instagram account, people who like your Facebook page. So let's just click video. So once you hop in here, you can see all of these options that Facebook gives you. People who viewed at least 3 seconds of your video, people who viewed 10 seconds, people who either completed or viewed at least 15 seconds of your video. People have viewed 25, 50, 75, and 90% of your video. So you could actually separate these into each of their own audiences and break it down and show them different kind of ads or the same ads and see which one works the best. Hey, do people who've watched 3 seconds or people who watch my whole video going to be more interested? What I found in the past is the more video that they watch, generally the more interested they are in your product. So for this sake, let's just click people who viewed at least 3 seconds. Now, what retention means, you can see it says the number of days people will remain in your audience after they engage with your content. So here it suggests 365. I like taking this down to 180 days. Now we're going to name the audience video views 3 seconds. Description, we can put NA. And you can see you can't advance because they're asking you to choose the video. So you'll go ahead and click this choose video. And it's going to ask you where exactly you want to choose the video from. So we're going to go ahead and choose Beyond Braid. And you can see there's a whole bunch of videos here. So right here, you can toggle between a Facebook page, an Instagram page, a campaign, or just target it by the video ID. I'm going to try Instagram business profile because that's where we actually post most of our videos. And you can see we have pages and pages and pages and pages of videos, some that do better than others. Like this one has 409 views. But when we scroll over to here, this one has 2,000 views. This one has 3,000 views. Let's see if we can find one with some more views. So look, this one has 27,000 views. So this one is going to be a great candidate to retarget. So now we have our video selected. We have how many seconds or what percentage we want to target. And then what we're going to do is go ahead and create the audience. And now it gives you the option to either create a lookalike audience or create an ad. But what I like to do is you got to let this populate. So right now you see it's populating. It does take a few hours up to a day or two to create that audience in full. So go ahead and let that audience populate. You don't want to create an ad right away. Let it chill for like a few hours or a day or two. Come back, and that's when you'll make your ad. So this is just one way to retarget. And again, you can do multiple forms of retargeting. Let's go ahead and do another one. So let's go ahead and make another retargeting audience. That way you guys can just get the hang of this. For this time, let's do it from our website activity, right? The pixel activity. So here you can see here is the pixel. And what you could do is actually sort through this. So you can do people who've visited specific web pages. So if you have a specific product page, right, you can enter that in here, right? It'll ask you for the link. You could do specific website visitors. You could do page view. You could do view content, add to cart, and you could even stack them, right? So here I like to do put at least 180 days. You want to include people who have been engaging with your stuff for the past 180 days. And here you can include or exclude. So for retargeting ads, what I like to do is click exclude. And the people you're going to exclude is people who've already purchased. Because if people have already purchased, you don't want to continue to show them ads.
So essentially, this audience is going to be people who've added to cart, but who have not purchased yet. And that's what we'll name it. Add to cart, no purchase. And then we'll go ahead and create that audience. We'll click done. And then again, it says the audience is ready, but it still is populating. I know there's probably more than that. So now you know what retargeting is. Again, retargeting ads generally have the most profitable return on investment, but you need to be running cold traffic ads in order to actually retarget people. So retargeting is awesome. You definitely have to include it in your marketing funnel. So with that being said, let's move on to the next video. All right, guys, so we're now back in Ads Manager, and what I really want to show you is what does a good ad look like? You may have never seen a Facebook ad, you may have never seen the creation or never even thought of Facebook ads in that way, but I want to start off by just showing you what do some good Facebook ads look like. So I'm gonna hop over to my account. This is my braided line company's ad account, and I'm just gonna show you a couple of these ads, right? So we'll go over here to edit, and I'm gonna show you kind of what does a good ad look like. Here you can see the ad is populated, right? This is a very, very simple layout of what a simple ad should look like. So Beyond Braid is a super strong, ultra smooth, and abrasion resistant line. Everything you need to catch that next monster. Get it on sale. So this copy isn't as important as the headline. The headline is super, super important. So new super line that blends in with the water equals more fish, right? In a fishing line company, what is the end goal? What does the customer want? They want to catch more fish, right? They're fishermen. They want to make sure they have a reliable fishing line, and they want to catch more fish. So I'll go ahead and I'll play this little video for you.
What's going on, guys? It's Ryan with Beyond Braid. Today I just want to show you this blue camo braid. So our Beyond Braid, it's an ultra strong, super smooth braided fishing line that comes in awesome colors like this blue camo. Not only does it help you cast much further, you can pull much harder. It's super smooth, and it's got this awesome color pattern that changes colors so the fish cannot see it coming. So if you want to try our Beyond Braid, get it by clicking the link below. 60% off only at beyondbraid.com. It's the only place you're gonna find it. Click below.
So that was a quick, 15, 20-second video. All I did was show them the product. I did some B-roll. What B-roll is, it's just while you're talking, you have some other clips playing, and that's it, right? Very simple, just talking about the product. Nothing professionally done. It's just my girlfriend, as you can see, just filming me at the beach. Very, very simple. The link, the Shop Now button, goes over to my website, and it goes over directly to my landing page. Now, this ad, I know for a fact, has probably done maybe $300,000, $400,000 in sales. So something very, very simply put together. I'm going to show you another example, right? This is a classic one of my ads. Again, same simple ad copy with a different variation of the headline, similar but a little bit different. And I'll play this one. This ad I've been running literally for 2 years, guys. 2 years, this same video. And this is probably one of the more fancier ones I produced, but it's still super, super simple. So I'll go ahead and play it for you.
Today I'm here to talk to you about our new Beyond Braid camo braided fishing line. Today we have blue camo and we have moss camo. Now what makes this line so unique is the way that it's colored. It blends into any type of water condition, whether it's clear blue water or dark brownish water. We have the right spools for you. This line is extremely strong, it's reliable, it lasts much longer, it'll help you cast much further, and it's what you can really depend on to catch your next big game fish. Whether you fish for 200-pound tarpon or 2-pound bass, right? We have the right line for you. Beyond Braid blue camo, Beyond Braid moss camo, it'll help you catch more fish. That's our goal. We want to help you catch more fish. Click the link above or below this post to get your 60% off.
So you can see similar style video, me just sitting here talking about the product. I got the product displayed, did some B-roll, saw some of the overlay shots. So you can see, look, it's got what is called social proof right here. It's got 4,600 comments, 5,000 plus shares, and a whole bunch of likes. I think it has like 50-something thousand likes. I think this video alone has something like 3 or 4 million views. So I spent a lot of money on pushing this ad out, and it converts. It's done extremely, extremely well. And you can see it's a very, very simple video. So I'm just looking to see if there's any other versions. We're testing out some still images right now. These are simply just tests. We haven't done images in a really, really long time. These are a little bit more edited, a little bit more fancy. But again, it doesn't have to be fancy at all. So now that you've seen what a simple ad looks like, I'm going to show you this professionally produced video that I actually made as a video ad. And this video ad did not do good at all. It completely flopped compared to my simple videos. So let me click play for you so you can watch what a professional video is. You'll see how good it is and how good it looks, but it flopped as an ad, and I'll explain why in a second. So that was a sick, I love that ad, or I love that video. I don't love it as an ad. I think it's a really, really cool video. You can see we filmed this with a $30,000 camera. My buddy's got a hookup, right? But super cool, right? I thought this would do amazing as an ad. But the first thing, when you're scrolling on Instagram, right? People have a very short attention span on Instagram and Facebook. As soon as they see something like this with the music, right, the high quality shot, immediately the first response is ad. So what do? They scroll, right? So you want to get something that doesn't scream ad. This screams promotion. This screams, hey, I'm an ad. Watch me. Look how professionally produced I am. And on social media ads like Facebook and Instagram, those don't work the best all the time. Sometimes it's that native type of ad that works. So again, I just wanted to show you the difference between a professionally produced video for an ad and a regular type of kind of selfie video, or it's called native advertising, something that blends in, doesn't look professional. Those work very, very well. And now what I want to do is hop into Facebook really quick and show you a awesome tool where you can find more quality ads. And I'll show you that in the next video. Front of Facebook, I'm going to show you this unique feature of Facebook that allows you to actually look at your competitors and see the ads they're running. I mean, when I found this out, it's crazy. This pulls back all the curtains and does something pretty cool. So what I'm going to do, right, we're focusing on knives for building our business in our example. So the Cooking Guild is, I know, direct competition. So let's go to the Cooking Guild. And I want to show you this feature. It's called the page transparency feature. So first of all, you can type in the Cooking Guild and you could see their ads pop up. So you can actually type in and filter it for videos. But to go a step further, I'm going to show you. So you can see, look, they got a very clean page, clean branding, clean products. I love what they do. This unique tool I'm going to show you is going to give you direct access to their ads and see the ads that they're making. So you scroll down and you see this page transparency feature. What you're going to do is you're going to click see all. And this is Facebook's mandatory feature for all businesses. They have to show you what advertisements they're running. So it gives you some information on the page, like people who manage this page. They're in Australia, the Philippines, the United Kingdom, and it'll tell you ads from this page. This page is currently running ads. And any business page that is running ads, you can't hide. Like this is what it is. And you can see this business is not that old, 2019. So it's 2 years old as of 2021. So what you're going to do is you're going to click go to ads library. Now watch this. This is absolutely mind blowing, where you can literally spy on your competitors and see what they're doing. And this is a company I know is profitable. They got a lot of followers. They make a lot of money. So you literally can see ad launched October 2021. You can see all of the ads they're running. You can see they're running a Halloween sale, and you can even watch the video. You can see this is just a video, no sound, just product features, quick cuts. That's another style of video we'll talk about. But this is just to show you that you can literally see ads other companies are running. You can directly spy on your competition. These people have been running this ad since July 30th. That's 3 months. We're in October. So you know this ad is probably working. If it's been running that long, that means it's profitable. They're able to pay and keep those ads running. Look, this has been running since September, and you can see how many ads they're running. Like, look how many ads this company's running. And you can see what kind of copy they use. You can see the engagement. You can see the pictures. You can even see, hey, where does it go, right? You can see their landing page and see all of the photos and graphics that they're using. So you can literally spy on your competition. Look how many ads. Like, you can just, I'm scrolling pretty fast through this. So this company's running a lot of ads. And as you just scroll through this, you could do this literally with any single company, right? Let's see, Goalie gummies. Goalie is those apple cider vinegar gummies, and people go crazy over them, right? But I guarantee you Goalie is running a bunch of ads. So you go to page transparency. You can see how big this company is. They have 50 people in the Philippines, 30 people in Canada, and 7 people in the United States. And of course, this page is running ads. So you could go to their ad library. This is a professional company, so you could see what some professional ads look like. And you could see very simple native advertising, nothing super professional just yet. A lot of it is just customer videos, customer tutorials, customer review videos. Just look.
I feel like I can really just enjoy the moment, enjoy what I'm doing, enjoy who I'm doing.
You see what I mean? So there's all different types of ads. So I want you to go through as an exercise, look up your favorite companies, look up your competition, who you might want to model, and see what kind of ads they're running. Go to their page transparency and just look through it. Like it's not a secret anymore. Back in the day, 5, 6, 7, 8 years ago, it used to be a secret. Even a couple years ago, it used to be a secret, right? Your ads were the secret sauce, but no, all this stuff is public information. And look, you can literally just scroll through it, whether it's pictures, images. You can see they use a lot of emojis. Their copy is pretty decently long. Win a free bottle. I'm free. Free is a very powerful word to get people to click, because people love free stuff, right? So this was just a pretty quick way to spy on your competition and see what they're doing, see what's working, see what's not. What I suggest, again, if you see things that are running for a long time, like you see things that have been launched a few months ago, those ads are working the best. These could be just a bunch of ads they're testing. So go through as an exercise, type in your competition. If you're in the beauty niche, go look up L'Oreal or Ulta Beauty. If you're in the dog niche, go look up Purina, go look up Chewy, and see what they're doing. See what ads they're running and what's currently working. And it'll give you a better idea of what you should include in your ads and what you might want to put in the copy, or what might you want to put in the headline, what kind of videos are working best. So page transparency, awesome feature to check out. See you guys in the next video.
In this section, I'm going to teach you and show you how to verify your domain on Facebook and Ads Manager. This is very, very important to be able to send data to and from Facebook in results for your advertising campaigns. So let's hop into the computer and I'll show you exactly how to do this. So what you're going to want to do is come over to your business settings. If you're not here, you can go to Ads Manager. Always click these 3 little lines and come over to business settings. Once you're in business settings, you're going to come over to brand safety and then domains. Now, what you're going to do is click add domain. Since this is an example, we will do ryanknives.com. You'll click add. And all you have to simply do is follow the steps, which are very, very simple. So all you have to do is copy this line of code. Now you're going to come back over to Shopify store. You're going to go to online store. You're going to go to actions and then go edit code. Now I know this seems a little bit scary. Editing code is always pretty scary, but don't worry. And now all you simply have to do is come over to Theme Liquid. This is the main coding for your entire website. You'll go ahead and click Theme Liquid. And on the right-hand side, what you're going to do is come over and type in
head, right? Because you need to enter in the code where it says head, right? That's what the instruction said. So copy this between head and head. So now you'll copy this to your clipboard. Computer's freaking out a little bit. Copy this to your clipboard. You'll come over to the top of your page, which is head. We typed it in. It was right here at the top. You'll come here, and then you'll click enter, and then you'll click paste. All you got to do is click save now. Facebook will do its little thing. It says after you've published the home page, confirm meta tag is visible by visiting ryanknives.com. You don't need to do this. We did that for sure. And then all you'll do is click verify domain. And it says, note, it may take up to 72 hours for Facebook to find the meta tag. If the domain status is still not verified, you'll need to click verify domain again and confirm the meta tag is listed in the scrape results, yada, yada, yada. So the steps I showed you is going to work to verify your domain. Now it has to be the domain you purchased through Shopify. So Ryan Knives Co. is the domain that we purchased. That is the domain name that you have to verify in your business manager in order for your Facebook ads to work correctly and get the data from your purchases, added carts, link clicks, all that good stuff. You need to verify your domain in order for Facebook to most accurately present you the results. So quick section, but very, very important. In the next section, I'm going to show you which events you need to prioritize, meaning purchase, added cart, link clicks. And those events are the ones that you most need to see data-wise in order to correctly view your ads and scale your ads. So without further ado, on to the next section. All right, in this section, I'm going to teach you how to prioritize what events you want for your ads manager and your Facebook ad account. And what does prioritizing events mean? Essentially, you're going to rank these from 1 through 8, which are most important to you. Now, for us, the most important is purchases, right? That's the number one event or trigger we want Facebook to look out for and target. So you have purchase, you have add to cart, you have view content, you have initiate checkout, you have a whole bunch of others, but those are the top 4 that you want, with purchases being number 1, view content number 2, add to cart number 3, and initiate checkout number 4. Now we're going to hop into the computer and I'll show you exactly how to do this. So you're going to come over to your ads manager, your business manager. You're going to click the 3 little lines and you're going to click events manager. That's where we need to go. So now that we're in events manager, you're going to take the pixel, which is on here to the left. You're going to come down here and click aggregated measurement events, and then you're going to click manage events. Now you're going to have to put your domain there, and you're going to have to verify your domain, which we did last video. You'll click here, and then you'll click manage events. And you can see I have highest priority and then lowest priority. So I just got a little warning that says I cannot manage my events or else it's going to mess up what I got going on. But essentially what you're going to do is click manage events. And then on the next page, you'll prioritize them just like this. Purchase, add payment info, initiate checkout, add to cart. And then you'll go ahead and have that set up. But what I'm going to do next for you guys, just in case this isn't clear, because all this mumbo jumbo obviously changes all the time, I'm going to include another video that I found that explains it pretty simple and pretty straightforward as well. So without further ado, let's jump into that video as well.
Go to Events Manager. Click on the pixel you want to use. Under Aggregated Event Measurement, select Manage Events. Read through the introduction screens and click Next. Find the domain you want to configure the events for. Click Verify Domain. If you have already verified the domain, you can skip to the next step. Click Manage Events. Keep in mind that you can configure 8 conversion events at most. Select your pixel or custom conversion under Pixel/Custom Conversion. Choose the event you want to configure under Event Name. Drag and drop your events from highest priority at the top to lowest priority at the bottom. We highly suggest that you put Purchase event as the highest priority, that is, on the top of the list. Once you're done, click Submit, then Confirm.
So as you can see, it was pretty simple, pretty straightforward. You have to do this in order to have Facebook correctly look for purchases, add to carts, link clicks, all that kind of good stuff, and send your data back to your ads manager from your store. So if you want the correct data to come through, you got to do this step. I know this stuff is all kind of boring, but you got to get it done. Verify your domain, set up your purchase events or your events in your events manager, and you'll be good to go. See you guys in the next section. All right, guys. So now that we've gotten our ads manager set up, we've gotten our ad account all good to go. We've gotten it connected to our Shopify store. We got the pixel installed. I'm just making this little quick interrupter to kind of bring up some key points. So marketing and Facebook ads are by far, I think, the most important part of this entire business model. So I really want you to pay attention, rewatch these videos in the next section if you need to, but this is the bread and butter, and this is the key to having a successful drop shipping or e-commerce business. Like Facebook ads, marketing, knowing how to test different audiences, knowing how to test different ad creatives, knowing how to test different campaigns. Like, this is the secret sauce. If you're good at this, you'll be able to run an online business for a really, really long time. So there's a couple key metrics that we're going to go over. How to create audiences. Audiences are created in Facebook. Those are who your ads are going to reach, right? Your target audience. So for example, with the knives, our target audience, we want to look for people who enjoy cooking, people who like knives, people who are going to use knives, people who watch cooking shows, people who follow Gordon Ramsay because he's a chef. So I'm going to teach you how to build a really, really good audience and a really narrow audience that we are reaching the correct people, because you don't want to show chef knife ads to people who like dogs. It's just they're not related in any way. So that's one section, building audiences. Two, I'm going to teach you how to actually film and create really, really good ads, because the days of just posting an image and running it to an audience, those are far, far gone. You need to have really compelling videos. They don't have to be super fancy. You just need to know what to say, how to say it, how long the videos need to be. So we'll go through a video making tutorial. That way you really get an in-depth feel of how these ads should look. I'll show you what ads I use for my actual business and how simple they are. I've spent $500 to $1,000 on, actually more. I've spent a couple $1,000s on certain videos that are meant to be produced for Facebook ads, and they completely flop. Not all the time, but most of the time, very professionally produced videos flop. The videos that always do best are the ones I either make with my phone, just doing a selfie, or I tell my girlfriend, hey, quickly film me. I'm just going to talk about my product really quick and say, hey guys, it's Ryan with this business. I want to present to you this product. It's got these features. Click the link below this post, get it on sale today. It's literally as simple as that to make a really, really good ad. So I'll teach you how to make video ads that convert, who to show them to, how to make them look good, and basically how to create a really, really enticing ad that's going to convert. So one of the key things when testing ads is, say you have a campaign that's not successful, right? In the early stages of a business, you don't know whether it's your audience, you don't know whether it's your ad copy, meaning the text you put in the ad, you don't know if it's your ad video or your ad image that sucks, or it could be the product, right? The product might be good. So all of these things, it's going to involve a lot of testing, a lot of trial and error. I think there's a stat out there, like 85% of the ads you make will fail. And I think that's true. Like I briefly showed you my ad account earlier, and if I didn't do it, I'll do it in a future section. But most ads you create will fail. So have that expectation. I know it's kind of shitty to say, but have that expectation is, hey, this ad's probably not going to work. It's all about testing, testing, testing. And we're not testing with huge budgets here. We're going to start off at $5 a day. Those are just some of the key points I want to have you listening to and have in your mind while moving forward. Is we're going to make videos. We're going to test audience. There's going to be a lot of trial and error. And the biggest thing I want to talk about is just testing, right? You're going to have to test different products, test different audiences, test different videos, different images, different price points. I was testing a single product and I couldn't get it to sell. And what I ended up doing was raising the price of the product, and I ended up starting to sell it. So brief interrupter. I wanted you to see my pretty face moving forward. I know you've been looking at a lot of screen shares, but keep pushing hard, keep grinding through the videos. I promise it's all going to be worth it. So I'll see you in the next section. In this section, I want to share with you this quick little hack that if I would have learned just a little bit sooner, a year, 2, maybe 3 years sooner into my e-commerce career, it probably would have made me an extra $50,000 to $80,000. And it's super simple. You're probably overthinking this, but without further ado, it's getting one of these. Focus, focus, come on, focus. What is this? This is the Capital One Business Spark Card. What this does and what's unique about it is it's a 2% cash back card. So you get 2% cash back on all of your purchases. Now, this is the Spark Business Card. You can get any cashback card. So, for example, I have this neat Wells Fargo 2% cashback card for personal use. I have another, let me grab it if it's here. This is the Citi Double Cash Card. So, I'm a little bit of a credit card freak, so I got 10 credit cards in front of me. But these are 3 2% cashback cards. Now, what's interesting about this little fact is you should put all of your expenses on cashback cards. Now, when I first started in e-commerce, I used an ordinary debit card. I didn't use a credit card. I didn't build any credit probably for the first 3 years. Let me just show you here. I'm recording my screen. Let me just show you exactly what I mean. We're going to hop over to Capital One. We're signing into my Capital One account. Now, I'm just going to show you. This is just probably for, I got this Capital One Spark card probably a year and a half ago. So I have a little balance of $23,000 that I actually paid, but we're going to come over here to this little section called Rewards Cash. And as you can see, my cash back rewards is $30,600. $30,600. That's basically free money. Now, all I do is take my Facebook ads, my Instagram ads, my Google ads, my Amazon PPC ads, my Walmart ads, any ads or expense that I can take, I put it on this card. If I have to pay a vendor, let's say like an ad agency or a photography company, or for some reason I have to pay someone, I'm going to use that credit card. If I could possibly pay for my cost of goods with my credit card, I would. At this point, my business is a little too big where I have to send wire transfers. But for e-commerce in the beginning and drop shipping, when you're first starting, you can buy products on AliExpress with a credit card. So let's hop back in here. Let me show you something. So look, every single purchase that I make, I'm putting on this freaking credit card. So UPS, Facebook, $7 back. My 3PL, third-party fulfillment system, $326. That's free money, guys. I have to pay this bill anyways, whether I stroke a check or I swipe the credit card. I have to pay. That's 2% money back in my pocket. That's $320. Another $10 from Google. Another $10 from Google. $6, $8, $10, $10, $10, $10, $10, and it just adds up over time. Like, look, you can see this is just in the span of a few days that these charges just rack up. So again, this is just a quick little e-commerce hack. If you don't qualify for a business credit card, you can go to Wells Fargo and get the Wells Fargo 2% cash back, and it works exactly the same. You can get the Citi Double Cash Card, again, another 2% cash back card, and I'm sure there's another few that I'm missing, but the point is, you're going to spend the money for this business anyways. Might as well earn an extra 2% profit on your company. Let's say your company is generating 10% profit on $1 million. That's $100,000. Now, if you added that extra 2%, that's a 12% profit. That's $120,000 for the year. So it makes a big difference. So again, any expenses you have, whether it's your Facebook ads, whether it's your cost of goods through AliExpress or below, whether you're paying someone to take product shots, you're hiring an ad agency, pay everybody with a 2% cashback card, and you'll see some upside. Again, this $30,000, I've taken a few thousand here and there, so I think this $30,000 is probably built up for about a year. And so again, that's just a quick little e-commerce hack that I wish I learned sooner rather than later. I mean, I'm glad I learned it here in the past couple of years, but if I would have implemented it another 3 years before that, I probably would have made an extra $50,000, $60,000, $70,000, $80,000 cash in my pocket, and that's not chump change. That's a lot of money. So take my advice, go get some sort of 2% cashback card. On to the next section.